I'm a coach from Mauritius. Just to give you a little feedback, I've had a phenomenal journey in my own life, and it's through my story that I lead people out of where they are to where they want to go. So today we are going to talk about why resolutions do not work. So I'm going to be talking mostly to you about how you can make them work if they don't work in your life. I would just like to know your opinion on resolutions. This is a word we've heard time and again. Every year we ask questions to our friends. So what resolutions have you made? You know, we ask it so casually. We don't take it so seriously, I think, because by January 3rd week, 4th week, we're already 2nd week now, most resolutions are forgotten. And then they just fizzle out. And then by December, we are back again. We want to make the same resolutions, or we've been able to achieve them. So I want to know, what has it been along your journey? Just to get an idea. What have you told yourself for this year? This year, I am going to question mark. Have you told yourself something that you want to accomplish this year? Because, you know, we always want something in life. Whether we don't want anything also, that's also something. So we always want, and it's good to want. But are you getting what you want every time? Or is it that you're coming back the same, you're going through like, you know, history repeating itself kind of story every year? So I want you to just do a kind of introspection on yourself. So it was the year you made the resolutions in 2020, then you made in 2021, now we are 2022. Again, this end of the year you make for 2023. How has it been? Same, same, again you make the same. I'm talking about me because this is my perception that I have observed in me and in others. We set the same resolutions every year until we stop setting them, as we stop believing that they work, because most resolutions just seem to fizzle out. And I was somebody like that. That was my, if I had to take this survey before, it would have been this. And then I decided to change my life. So 5 years back, I shifted from being an entrepreneur in my retail shops to coaching. I became a life transformation coach. And after studying from the best, which I knew about all my life, but I was an unconscious competent to it. I did not know how I was doing things, but I was attracting everything I wanted and everything I didn't want. Both of them, if they were really very strong coming from my heart. Both of them I would attract. So then came a point where I wanted to know more. I was at a very dissatisfied state in my life. So this is why resolutions don't work. Number one, we mostly do not set the resolution that we want. And I'm going to get to that in some time, because you might say, of course I'm asking for what I want. Yes, I know, but it may not be the way it should be. And we'll get to that. Number two, we have not been taught how the process of manifestation works. Nobody ever taught us that. School never taught us that. And if people are manifesting, it's because they've got it by default. And most people do not even know that that's called the law of attraction. I came to know it was the law of attraction when I read The Secret for the first time. Things started making sense. Now I understand how I was attracting everything. But prior to that, I didn't know. And I remember when I got married 25 years ago, my husband asked me, is there something I need to know more about you? I said, yes, you need to know that what I think happens. How it happens, I don't know, but it happens. And number three, we stop growing in life. We stop growing not because we want to stop growing, because we have mostly not been taught that life is about growth. I didn't know this concept for the longest time. Up to the age of 42, I didn't know what that meant. I want everybody to do an exercise. Understand first that a resolution is a dream. It's a dream that doesn't let you sleep. It is something that you've been thinking about, that you've been wanting and wanting and wanting, and you're just wanting it all the time. You might even tell yourself, no, it's okay, I'm old, I'm too this, I'm too that. But the dream doesn't let go. It keeps coming back. It keeps reminding you, I'm still here. So that kind of a resolution. I want you to think of something that you really want that will be like a wish or a dream come true. Come on, Christmas has just gone by. I don't want you to think that Christmas is only for small kids. In the eyes of your creator, you're a very small child also. The universe itself asking you, what is your wish, my child? What is your dream? Say it out. I want you to really write it down and don't take this lightly. There are A, B, C type of resolutions. Okay, let's understand what these are. The A type resolutions, B type and C type. Now A type is something you already know what to do. This is what mostly people set. They have present results, they want the same again. Or then comes the B type. The B type is like, okay, I want this, but I have to do this first, and then I have to get my kids to college first, and then I have to do that first, and then I'm going to be able to manifest what I want, what I think I can do. And this is where we want to be. This is a resolution. What I want. Your dreams. These are wrong type of resolutions because you are a growth seeking mechanism. I often say, if you want to learn how to live life, go and watch small kids. They know it all. They were born with the knowledge of life, and then we kind of condition them to unlearn all that. Small children who are so full of energy. I have a baby shop over here. When kids come to my shop, they want every toy in that shop. They never even doubt that their parents will not buy it for them. Until the parents start to tell them, where will we get the money for it? I don't have money. And after the parent says that so many times, the child is starting to tell that to himself now. Before he can ask, he stops himself. My parents don't have the money. The dialogue goes in his mind, where will the money come from? So he stops asking, and we stop asking. And we reach the age of 40 years old, and we are like midlife, and we think we're going through a midlife crisis. It's not a midlife crisis. We have stopped growing. It's as simple as that. Because your spirit, you're a spiritual being. You're living in a physical body, and you have a marvelous mind. But your spirit is for fuller expansion and expression. It has come in this body, in this world, to experience this material world, the world of things and material things and what have you. Yes, we do not have to be attached to them, but we have to enjoy them until we are living on planet Earth, because you won't be able to take them back. You can only enjoy them while you're here. So you want to rekindle your dreams if you have put them under the table or under the rug somewhere. Because you know what? At the end of your journey, when it's time to go, you're going to say, what was I afraid of? Why didn't I live what I came to do? Why did I not live my dreams? When I was 15 years old, I wanted to become an actress because I used to dance like Madhuri Dixit. Everybody used to tell me that. But you know what? I never had the courage to even voice out that I wanted to become an actress, because in those days, actresses were considered like not a good profession. And plus, I was very good in my studies. So before I could even say it, I just pushed that thought aside. Why? Why did I do that? And you know what's the worst thing? I saw my son doing the same thing. We pass on to our children who we are. So a dream is something you don't know how, but you know you will. It's something that's a resolution. That's the right kind of resolution you want to make. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I want. You have to be like, I want. You know, the universe or God or souls, call it what you want. He's like, these kids of mine have become so boring. They don't want anything anymore. And I'm just sitting here, nobody wants anything. I'm waiting for them to ask. Nobody's asking. Most people are basically asking for what they do. and they keep getting it in their lives, and then they wonder why I'm getting this. So you want to set a goal, a resolution to achieve something that is so big, so exhilarating, that it excites you and scares you at the same time. If you want to know an example right now, think of a child who is learning how to ride a bicycle for the first time. He really wants to ride that bicycle, but then his father is holding the chair behind and saying, you can do it, come on, you can. And after a while, the child can, and then the child is free because the child grew in awareness of how he can ride a bicycle. When you set those kind of goals, then you cannot unlearn it. You have learned it, you get results that stick. You become a new person who now knows how to ride a bicycle. You want to set goals or resolutions that make you want to jump out of bed in the morning. A perfect example here is Mr. Rambabu. Did he know how he was going to create form? All he had was an idea. I want to bring English to India. That's it. And see where he's become. That's a seed. And now you have the fruits. That's growth. Now, this is what I'm telling you today is actually something that is being taught by quantum physics. There is an art and a science to manifesting your dreams based on the new science of quantum physics. And what quantum physics teaches us is that everything we thought was physical is not physical. Each of us is a spirit in material form. This is a quote by Dr. Bruce Lipton. You don't want to call it spirit, you can call it energy. We are all energy beings and we are all connected in essence. And this is not philosophy, this is science. You can go and dive into the knowledge of quantum physics and you will discover that even scientists were baffled by what they discovered. And let me tell you something, this knowledge is not even new. It's been there in all the scriptures for the longest time, but it's just been misinterpreted and misunderstood over time. So now you want to understand quantum thinking is what starts the manifestation process, not just normal thinking. If you're just going to think like how you've been thinking, nothing is going to change in your life. So you want to have a dream. You want to have an idea that is so big, but you really want it. You really want to see that in your life. You want to become a millionaire? That's a dream. All these things are dreams that you don't know how you can do it, but you want. All you have to ask yourself are two questions. Am I able? And as far as we know, human beings are the highest form of creation. We are the crown. We are made in God's image, right? So we are able. The next question that you have to ask, which is the most crucial one, am I willing? We all say, yes, we want this, we can, but we don't do. We are not answering the question, am I willing? You know, when I joined Bob's coaching, I stopped watching Indian TV serials. My favorite Indian TV serial, I was watching 3 a day. You have to sacrifice something to get something. There's no free lunch. I gave up on watching TV serials. I started waking up an hour earlier because I was willing to get that dream come true. The day you say, yes, I am willing, your dream becomes your goal. It becomes a huge goal, a big goal, something you really want. It's like, you know, when a guy and a girl fall in love, they can only see each other, even though they are surrounded by all other people. It has to be something you really want like that. And that's when your goal will turn into a fact in your life. So you want to have resolutions that are big and beautiful and something you really, really want. First, we are going to see the step-by-step process. Number one, you've got to ask. The universe doesn't know what you want. You have to ask. Example, A person has a belly, okay? He wants to lose weight. He wants to be at his perfect weight. Look at this person, how he's looking at himself. Let me tell you that you have 6 higher mental faculties that you from the rest of the kingdom are higher than animals and plants and all, because we have an imagination. We have reason, we can think. We have the willpower. We have a memory, perception. You know, your intuition is so powerful. I mean, women have it more, but men can also develop it. But women have it big time. This whole IQ system today is not working out. It's EQ that has taken precedent over IQ. Because you see lots of people with multiple degrees and yet no jobs, cannot get along with other people. We were in fact told, stop daydreaming, focus on your work, you know. So we want to engage, these are your mental muscles, and most of them have become weak because we were not taught that we need to use them. We want to see you the way you want to be next year. Focus on what you want every time. What's an affirmation? It's just like a sentence. For me, an affirmation is a prayer, okay? It's like, it always starts with an attitude of gratitude. I am so happy and grateful now that I am at my weight. That's it. Thank you, universe. Majority of the people are not thinking this way. We are letting our results dictate how we should think, when it should be the other way around. Now, that's step number 1. Step number 2, as you keep affirming, you will start to believe that you can achieve it. You want to do this every single day until you find out that I am lying to you, or I'm not, because I don't lie. I speak the truth. And you might be resonating with this because the truth resonates with the truth. That's the essence of who we are. As you believe it in your heart, your body's vibrations are going to change. You will feel very different. Okay, you are going to literally feel different. Step number 3, receive. Now, what you're going to receive may not, you will attract ideas. That's the way it works. It doesn't come like you suddenly become thin. No, you will attract ideas from the ether on what you can do to achieve your big goal. Take action on the idea. It may be something you don't want to do, like start yoga classes. You may not want to do yoga, but act on it anyways, because the universe will send you the best idea. Think of it like that. God's ways are not your ways, and God knows better than you what's good for you. Just trust. I say trust. Okay, believe and trust. Trust that these inspired ideas, even if they seem illogical, or even if you don't want to act on them, trust them and act on them. Take action. Let me tell you something. Without action, there is no attraction. There was a scientist way ahead of his time called Nikola Tesla. I don't know if you've heard of him. He had said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you have to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibrations. So now let these lines represent different levels of vibration. Today, where you are, let this X down here represent where you are today. And if you take an honest look at your life, the only thing you got to be in this journey is true to yourself. Be honest to yourself when you do some self-analysis. You will know how you got where you are. Everybody knows. But that's where you want to go. That place. It is a place. You can see it in your mind. It exists in your mind. If your memory can go back to your childhood and remember you in a birthday party, your memory can go to the future and see you in a party, slim, wearing a tuxedo, whatever you can imagine, anything. Be childlike. Okay? And then what will happen as you start to move towards that goal, which you cannot see? You don't know how you're going to achieve it. It's a big dream, but you want it. That's why if you don't have a very strong goal, then you will give up halfway, because you have to walk in the dark until you get there. and that walking in the dark is scary. Trust me, it's very scary. You will make plans. Some of them will fail because we are not perfect. In essence, we are, but we are not yet. We haven't brought it to the surface yet. So some of our plans may fail. And from what I have seen today, most people are so afraid to fail. I was one of them. I was afraid of failure. I was afraid of success. I don't know where I got all these fears from, but I had to face each and every fear of mine on the way. And that's when you're going to get there. And you will never know until you don't look backwards. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. Steve Jobs said this. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something. Your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever you want. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. Steve Jobs. Now, I'm not just talking this out of the air. I took this example in particular because this happened in my own life. Now, let me give you an example. This is me with my 2 children when I visited Mauritius for holidays. I was based in the Philippines for 8 years before I moved back here. I had gotten married and gone to the Philippines, and I had come down. This was one of my holidays here. My son was turning 3. The little one is a baby of 5 months. Okay, so I was 80 kilos at that time. I had gained a lot of weight after both my kids. And my mother, as everybody knows, Tanu Rajani, who's always a go-getter, she was like, how can you gain so much weight? You should lose weight. And she was chewing my brains every day that I had gained so much weight and I needed to lose weight. Now I went for this movie the day before I was leaving Mauritius. We went to the theater, and I'm a very big Bollywood fan. So we watched Kareena Kapoor at size 0. And I still remember sitting in the theater, and I saw her, for the first time I saw her in her size 0, and I was like, I want to be like that. I'm going to be like that. You know, I said it to myself, and then immediately some reason came to my head that my brother's wedding is coming in 2 years. It's coming up, and I'm going to look like this in my brother's wedding. I said it to myself. I still remember. Now, this is me at my brother's wedding. I became 54 kilos. Hubby dear did not lose weight. I lost weight. And I maintained this. This is the second one. Now, his birthday. This is again in Mauritius. We came here, celebrated another birthday. And I maintained my weight for almost 5 years. And then my brother passed away. When my brother passed away, I told, again, that emotional impact that I got. What am I doing? Exercise, getting ready, party, this, that. And then we don't even know when we go. Why do all this? I just lost the will to live after he died. He was just 29 years old. So I became even thinner than what I had ever been. And I maintained this. This is the second one. Now, his birthday. This is again in Mauritius. We came here, celebrated another birthday. And I maintained my weight for almost 5 years. And then my brother passed away. When my brother passed away, I told, again, that emotional impact that I got. What's the point of living life? You know, there's no point. What am I doing? Exercise, getting ready, party, this, that. And then we don't even know when we go. Why do all this? I just lost the will to live after he died. He was just 29 years old. I remember after that, slowly, my life turned into darkness. It took 7 years for me to open up my eyes again to see what I had become. This is who I am today at 84 kilos. So now, again, a question to all of you. This year, will you achieve your big goal? Thank you everyone for your attention.